Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of News You Can Use. I'm your host, Thera Martin. So glad to be back with you for another season at LaSalle TV. You can check out this program on Comcast Channel 56 and on Verizon Channel 36. Now, today on the program, we're going to talk about a critical subject, and that's getting people registered to vote and ready to vote on Election Day. So, our City Commissioner, Chairman of our City Commissioners, Omar Sabir, will join us in the first segment, and then later on, when we turn the page, we're going to talk with an entrepreneur/businessman, Mr. Keith Howell. He is the proud owner of Keith Howell Enterprises. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Be here, Thera Martin, with you on this edition of News You Can Use.
Very much happy to meet you.
Wow.
Good to
Said,
see you.
It is good to see you, but you didn't say that. You said you can use Reboot. I'm Thera Martin, and I am glad to be back at LaSalle TV. Here we go, ready to get this show started. It is so important. Thank you for joining me again, Mr. Commissioner.
It's always great. I mean, I see you every Saturday morning.
Yep, that's so pleasant. I love seeing you. And now I'm not going to see you on Saturday morning because they just changed the schedule. But that's a subject for another day. I am still thankful and grateful for you, and you have taken the commissioner's office by storm from the time you first got elected until today. And no disrespect to your other two commissioners, because they're wonderful individuals and I know they're doing a good job as well, but you are like everywhere. So when it came out that you had been elected as the new chairman, I was like, yeah, that's right on time. So congratulations on that, and very, very proud of the work you're doing.
Well, thank you. As you know, Thera, you were around from day one.
Wow.
When I had dreams of becoming a traffic court judge. It was you, Mr. Wimbush, y'all was supportive of me, and I really appreciate that.
Good memories, good memories. So here we are. We are in the month of September taping this show. I want you to give the deadline for voter registration. I want you to give the deadline for people to fill out the paperwork to request a ballot so that they can vote from home and mail their ballot in. And just tell us all the pertinent information that people need to know so they can be ready for November the 5th.
October the 21st is the deadline for you to get registered to vote. And you have until 11:59 p.m. So you can get registered online. We highly recommend that you go to vote.phila.gov and get registered online. That's what we highly recommend. You have a paper registration, don't worry about it. You can bring them in. We'll be open till 11:59 p.m. collecting paper applications. But
why do people wait till the last minute? They make me nervous, like the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't do that to me.
Well, one of the things that we saw is that groups that collect them, churches, nonpartisan organizations, they want to come down and say, hey, I turned in 10,000 voter registration forms, and they wait till the last minute. I'm like, no, wait a minute. As you collect them weekly, bring them in, because sometimes people make mistakes on voter registration forms, and then we have to try to reach out and notify the potential voter about the mistakes that they make. So to make it easier, the sooner the better. So Dr. King spoke about the fierce urgency of now. So let's try to do it now, as soon as you possibly can.
Don't wait till the last minute.
Right, and October the 29th is the vote by mail deadline. Now you have until 4:59 p.m. For that process. And make sure that you sign and date your application. And we'll put the application in. Again, we prefer online. It's the fastest way, most easiest way. However, if you have a paper application, don't worry about it. Try to get to us as soon as possible. You always can call our office and we can deliver whatever the appropriate forms that you need. And Tuesday, November the 5th at 8 p.m. on Election Day is the deadline for us to receive your completed vote by mail ballot. We do not accept postmarks. That's very critical, because half of the ballots that get rejected is because we received them after Election Day. And some people still think you can have postmarks, and then some people send it out at the appropriate time, and some people still have issues with the postal service. So we highly recommend that you use one of our Eagles Green Dropbox locations that will be located all across the city of Philadelphia. And in addition to that, we'll have satellite locations, and each satellite location will have an Eagles Green Dropbox location. So they're open 24/7. They're under video surveillance, so they're safe and secure, despite what anybody may say, whatever lies they may say. But voting by mail is secure. And if you want to vote in person, like most Philadelphians do, they just want to go and press that button.
I got to be in person because I'm a nosy son of a gun.
That's
and
right.
I march into my polling place. I'm always happy on election day. I love election day. I love voting. It turns me on. It makes me excited. So I am a happy person when I go into the polling place. I can see people say, here she comes. You know?
I traveled the country, and let me tell you something. Philadelphia election day is not like any other election day across the country. You'd be like, oh my God, what am I watching? Paint dry? No, it's a great time. It's a festival.
It's the best.
We got relish. We got famous deli. I mean, we got all these things. So we think about elections, you got to put it up there with cheesesteaks, tasty cakes, the Eagles. I mean, it's a Philadelphia tradition.
Yes.
So the polls will be open. Everyone will be safe. We have taken unprecedented security measures to assure that everyone who votes, whoever wants to be a poll worker, everything's going to be safe and running the right way that the citizens of Philadelphia deserve.
Okay. So now with the paperwork for the mail-in ballot, I know that you have to follow the directions carefully. There's more than one envelope. You got to seal an envelope. You got to sign your signature.
Sure.
Can you go through that real quick?
Yeah, we want to try to keep it real simple. So you're going to see this ballot, right? After you complete your ballot, okay, you're going to fill in each one of your choices, right? So it's basically like taking a standardized test score, fill it out, and then you're going to put it, after you complete your ballot, you're going to put it into a secrecy envelope. After you put it into the secrecy envelope, you're going to put it into the return envelope. Then you're going to sign, you're going to date it, and return it back to us. And we prefer dropping it off at one of our Eagles Green Dropbox locations. But if you put it in the mail, no problem. And if you have an email address on your application, you will be notified by email letting you know that we have received your ballot.
Okay. Now, I was scrolling through social media today, and I saw that you're having an event tomorrow. And I said, well, I'm putting it on my calendar. And so tomorrow morning, and by the time this show is aired, this will already have happened, but on September the 10th at 9 a.m. in the Germantown section of Philadelphia on Shelton Avenue, along with our City Councilwoman Cindy Bass, who represents that area, you're going to be there, and you all are opening up another one of those offices tomorrow.
That's right. We're opening up rest on the South Campus.
Yeah.
It's right, literally across the street.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
that's
can
where
walk
it is.
right at 5301 2 Avenue, right next to the Fresh Grocer.
Oh, yeah.
Right in between
Where
the
I got my
Dunkin' Donuts.
flowers.
Right there. And so you can get yourself a nice
Fantastic.
big hoagie. And you also be able to cast your ballot. You have voter registration forms. So if
That's what's up.
So if the students on LaSalle want to do a voter registration drive, they can come to those satellite locations, pick up voter registration forms, vote by mail applications. No longer do you have to come all the way down
Oh, thank you.
to City Hall to
trying
build
to come
the
to City Hall
parking
if
and
I
build
can
everything
avoid
else. And you can turn your voter registration forms in. And we'll print out a ballot right on the spot for you. So
Now, see,
we're very
that's good to
excited.
know. So, like, I've had a couple of my small business owners on North 22nd Street who said, Thera, can you get me some blank voter registration forms? I want to have some in my business right here at the counter to help people. And I took all the ones that I had in my office, which was like 20 at the time, the Councilwoman Cindy Bass gave me, and I took them over to just to satisfy that business. Now I don't have any in my office. I know tomorrow when I come to your press conference, maybe I can pick up some more so that I can. Because that's like to not have them in my office. I gave them to make sure somebody else had some. Now I don't have any.
Sure, and one of the things I like about these satellite locations is that there's a live person where you could get accurate information from. Right now, we're in a war of disinformation and misinformation, and that is the greatest threat to our democracy is disinformation about the election system, and it's targeted at black and brown voters because a lot of people don't understand this, but black and brown voters will decide who the next president is going to be.
Now, also, people who have been registered to vote, and unfortunately, maybe they didn't vote in the last 2 or 3 elections. So does that mean they're automatically knocked off but they need to check. People need to know for sure. I would hate to find out on election day, what? I'm not registered? I would cry.
It's real simple. It's easy. You can just go to our website.
Okay.
We have everything on our website. You can find out whether or not you're registered. You can find your polling location. You can apply for all the forms that we spoke about. It's real simple. Vote.phila.gov. Vote, vote.phila.gov, and literally, it takes less than 5 minutes.
But for people who might not be comfortable using the internet or just don't have that, they can call 215-686-3462. I know that number. I put your number out all the time.
You got it right.
215-686-3462. That's the number the Philadelphia City Commissioner Omar Sabir's office in particular. Every time I write a scoop column, my civics column, I put that phone number in there. We want people to be able to find you. And yes, people who might not necessarily be up to speed on the internet and all that.
And Thera, you can come to one of our 10 satellite locations. You can just walk in and say, hey, am I registered? What's going on? And the beautiful thing about the satellite locations, again, I like to keep bragging about them. But if you say you walk in, you found out you're not registered. Okay, I'm not registered. Guess what? They can register you on the spot. And if you say, okay, would you like a ballot? They can apply right at the same time. Print the ballot out, fill it out, get it done, and your civic obligation is done. You don't have to worry about November the 5th. You want to go to Atlantic City, you want to go on a trip, don't even worry about some excuses that I've heard of the reasons why people don't vote. I mean, come on. I mean, literally. I mean,
gotta vote.
In all seriousness, I mean, our ancestors, the people who sacrificed before us.
Let's talk about Octavius.
Oh, Octavius Cattle. I mean, if he saw how easy it was, especially for African Americans, to vote here and now and have people not take advantage of it. I mean,
and for those who don't know, Octavius Valentine Cato was an African American gentleman who lived in South Philadelphia, and he was a freedom fighter, but he also was a voter registration advocate and voting advocate, and he lost his life trying to get people to vote or to get registered to vote for election day.
It was actually on election day.
On election day.
On election day. He also was a Cheney graduate, right? One of the original founders. And he's also one of the ones who, the Negro Baseball League, and he just had a long life. He's actually a veteran as well. He fought the Civil War.
So he was around 18 something or other.
Yeah, 1865.
1865.
No, that's when he was assassinated. He was a young man. He was only in his early 30s when he got assassinated. So he was an American hero. Nobody talks about him. But again, it sort of represented a movement. Then his wife, she has a story as well. She was one of the first African-American principals in the country. So she has a story. So again, there were people who came before us that sacrificed for us so that we can have this right.
Yes.
And so for some people to take that right for granted is very disheartening. But guess what? We can still turn it around. And so one of the main things we want to have is accessibility for everyone. And so it's working harder and harder to make voting more accessible for everyone. Let's take advantage of the freedoms that we already have. And we must realize that the more we vote, the more we get.
Absolutely.
That when policymakers see all of these votes that come out of Philadelphia, and it's at a substantial number, we're going to receive substantial policies that benefit us.
Right. So very important. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And folks need to know that they can check out our city chairman of our city commissioners, Mr. Omar Sabir, every Saturday. He's on the air 8 to 9 a.m. on WURD with his radio program, Conversations with the Commissioners. Sometimes you might hear one of the other commissioners joining him on the air or maybe even hosting the show, but it's a great show. It's all about GOTV, get out the vote. All kinds of information about being prepared for Election Day. General Election Day, it's Tuesday, November the 5th. That's the golden date, and we need people to be engaged, to be involved, and to do their civic duty. If you're 18 or over, make sure you vote. Right, Commish?
That's right.
All right. I thank you for being with us. I appreciate you so very much.
Anytime.
Okay. We are getting ready to change up a little bit as we go to our next portion of our program, and we're going to shine the spotlight on an African-American businessman who is doing some really amazing things here in Philadelphia and beyond. I tell you, he's got a story to share. I'm talking about Mr. Keith Howell of Keith Howell Enterprises, and he will join us next. Stay with us right here on News You Can Use. We'll be back.
Did you know that listening to music, enjoying art, or simply holding hands can boost your cognition? Like me, you want to maintain brain health for as long as possible. I'm Kevin Jameson, President of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with 10 building blocks to better brain health, care planning, and facts about dementia. Visit our website at 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call us at 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live life to the fullest, and our free guide can help.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
If you suspect Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agreed, the scammers are out of control.
Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work, and it's great. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to CISA.gov/secure our.
And we're back as we continue with this edition of News You Can Use, and we are shining the spotlight on Mr. Keith Howell right now. Good to have you with us.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, I am so glad that you are here with us. I was trying to get you to come in last season, but it just didn't work out. It was meant to be when it's meant to be, which is right now. You have an amazing story to tell. I know that you, in your other life, you were an educator. You were a school teacher. And you were doing that for a number of years. How did you go from being an educator to having products that you're selling that are amazing products?
So I need to start before I started teaching. I was at the Philadelphia Electric Company working, and there was a Black Expo at the convention center. And there was a guy who was selling a product called Ashaway.
Ashaway.
Ashaway. And he slipped these 2 lotions on me. They were 2 for $5. And I liked them. I brought them back to our office, which was in Germantown. There was 150 of us. And my colleagues liked it, and I bought 3 cases, and the rest is history.
So you started selling that lotion. You were impressed with it. Everybody that you were sharing it with, they liked it.
They loved
and that got you started. And so you started with that one product, and that was years ago. And now fast forward to 2024, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this isn't all of them.
That's not all
because I don't
of
see
them.
my black soap up here. My black soap is not up here. But
Yeah, and then I have a ton of products. And from, I took an early retirement from Philadelphia Electric Company. I always wanted to be a teacher. And so I started teaching in Camden, Camden Public Schools. And I'm just blessed to say that I continued the business, and I hired 81 students. They got their first jobs and entrepreneurial experiences. We went to Unity Day, Adun Day, just named Black Family Reunion, October Gallery. And I'm still in concert with a lot of those students. These were I taught from 4th grade to 12th graders, and all of them were employed doing this.
That is awesome.
And that's equated to today, I'm in ShopRite, and I will be starting an internship with students in 11th and 12th grade. They will be taking some of the products off the shelf, greeting customers as they come in ShopRite, telling them about the product.
So they're going to learn marketing and advertising, and they'll also learn about the products themselves and be able to intelligently speak about the various products and what they do and how they can enhance your life.
Yes, and it'll be great for their articulation, public speaking. They'll get over being nervous. It's just a great thing, and I've seen this for many years in my students. And you know, we'll have some fun. We have a lot of fun with the customers. We tell them we got the lotions to kiss your ashy skin goodbye. We understand your ash. No more ash. You know, sometimes we go out, we're all dressed up, and then our skin is ashy.
Oh, no.
So we have the solution for your ash right here.
I love it. I love it. Now, these products, Nubian K Essentials, it's not just for African Americans per se. If you want Because I would think that people of other nationalities have issues with getting ashy sometimes. When it comes to the pool and the chemicals that they put in the pool water to keep it clean, but when you get out and I look down at my skin, I'm like, ugh. You know, where's the lotion? Where's the shea butter? I need something. Help. And so that's not just African American people that happens to.
all skin types.
The ocean water, that salt.
Yes, scaly skin. They're moisturizers, they're ultra moisturizers, and all ethnic types. That mango right there.
Can I just drink it? It smells so good.
That's our number one seller, the mango. All of our products are all natural, no chemicals, no additives. So if you have abrasive skin, that'll take care of it.
Yep. Okay. So and different kinds of skin issues.
Yes,
my daughter has eczema.
She's
got. In fact, everybody in my family, just about has eczema, except for me. I don't know how I escaped it. Thank you, God. I did escape eczema, but my son has it, my daughter has it, and 2 of my granddaughters have it.
And that's what we would recommend Kemet. That's for that lotion right there. That's for that tough ash, that eczema.
Okay, this one goes home. Okay, good to know.
I don't tell people that. I say, for my ashy knees, ankles, and elbows, so they won't be embarrassed. But usually they get that, and that has a plant hydrating complex, a lot of plant ingredients that takes care of all of those issues with your skin.
Well, I've gotten at the age now where I don't really get embarrassed by many things. I'd rather be transparent and honest. And as I've gotten older, my skin has changed. It's just changed. That's all I can tell you. And so, whereas I used to could bathe and lotion down with baby oil and baby lotion, those old Johnson products and what have you, and I was good to go for a whole day. And now I find, well, I don't even use those products anymore because I know about this. But before I got hip to products that work for my skin, and I'm still trying to use things that I used when I was 13 and 12 and when I was a baby, when my mother was rubbing me down with baby oil, they didn't work for me anymore. I would be ashy again within an hour, hour and a half after doing all of this work to lotion myself down. And so, only thing I can say is, I guess because as I'm getting older, my skin is changing.
Yeah, as you get older, your skin changes, but
everything
we have
changes.
The ingredients to take care of it. And what we do is, especially in the ShopRites, we have customers that try it on and walk around the store, and 9 out of 10 times they come back. It lasts a long time. It takes care of the skin, makes your skin shine, make you feel young again, make you fly like an eagle.
All right now. Listen, I gotta take props to Jeff Brown, because it's Jeff Brown's ShopRite store where your products are, and Jeff Brown's Fresh Grocer store where your products are.
Yes.
And from what I have learned from several other entrepreneurs, people of color, African Americans who have products that are being sold in Jeff Brown's, he's given some opportunities. And I thank you, Mr. Jeff Brown. I thank you for that. I thank him for doing that.
I thank him too. Yeah. I thank him, especially for the students that I'll be having. We need to have more entrepreneurs in our community.
Yes.
I was blessed to have 2 uncles and a father who, when I was 4 or 5 years old, I was crawling around the dining room table. My uncle said, we must have our own, we must control our own destiny, we must have our own businesses. And I kept hearing that. And my father drove me around my first paper routes, Enquirer, Bulletin, and the Tribune. And my Uncle Richard owned a black movie theater at Chew and Shelton. And my other uncle sold suits, and he helped me. He allowed me to sell suits while I was a teenager. So that's what groomed me.
Yep, got you ready to be an entrepreneur. Keith Howell Enterprises, a website where people can learn about all of your products, see all of your products, and know what they can either order online or go to the stores. And you're going to tell us before we run out of time the aisles that we go to at ShopRite at Cheltenham.
Okay. Cheltenham, ShopRite will be aisle number 1. Fresh Grocer, Cheltenham, aisle number 4. You can also get me at www.nubianKessentials.com.
But so in the stores, in ShopRite and Fresh Grocer in Cheltenham, one at Cedarbrook Mall, one at Cheltenham Mall, at those 2 supermarkets. It's in the personal care where the personal care products are. Aisle 1 in one store, aisle 4 in the other.
Right, and we're also in 8 other stores.
Okay.
Jeff Brown stores.
Yes.
We actually will be in 11, all of them by January. We're doing experimentation now in some of them. But we're at Fox Street, 52nd Street, 24th on Oregon, Island Avenue, Fairless Hills, Ben Salem, and Roxborough.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You're doing it. I love entrepreneurship. I love seeing people who have a vision, have an idea, and then make it happen. Speak it to truth and make it happen. And so that is a blessing indeed. And want you to give us your website again, please.
Yes, www.nubianKessentials.com. And when you try our lotion, make sure you tell all your ashy friends about us.
I know I'm going to be telling all my ashy friends, that's for sure, family members and everybody else too. I thank you so much for being with us and just sharing a little bit about your wonderful products. And he also comes out to a lot of events and special sales, so you can look for him and see Keith Howell Enterprises all over the Delaware Valley, not just at all the stores he mentioned, other places too. So we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. And as we close out on this edition of the program, I just want to remind folks that we are on the air at WURD Mondays through Fridays, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. for the rest of this year to the end of 2024, hosting a program called The Source. And we're appreciative of the opportunity to do that. And we're also on WWDB every Wednesday, 8 to 9 a.m. here in Philadelphia, where we do a program called The Inside Scoop. And so we're just doing our best to tell the stories of Philadelphia and the tri-state area, and the positive stories most of all, because you can hear negative stories 24/7 any day of the week. But we try to bring you some good news and some positive news stories and things that can lift you up on this program, News You Can Use. So we encourage you to watch all of the shows here at LaSalle TV. We've got wonderful students, new, fresh students coming in every year with excitement and visions and ideas for what their careers are going to be in broadcast communications. And so I am excited for each and every one of them as they have this new year. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.